welcome to VARINDIA News Hour. Today, let's talk on business continuity is the most valuable asset for financial institutions. The matter of fact is COVID-19 has a global impact on business and economy. COVID-19 has exposed the need for resilient, reliable and efficient systems to maintain essential payment services and protect the interests of all the ecosystem participants from consumers to the largest corporations. The new normal will emphasize the need for IT resilience and cyber hygiene in every organization. Going forward, we will see businesses will be more strategic about technology performance and look beyond just using cyber hygiene to avoid risks. It will be embedded into the very structure of businesses as a staple to ensure business continuity and seamless customer engagement. The advancement of technology in today's digital world has escalated the phenomenon of cyber attacks, which have been increased exponentially owing to the technological dependency of humans across the globe. Now, there is a need to question the vulnerability assessment and cybersecurity of the organizations. Cyber criminals are always on the lookout for loopholes in the systems, which is why 100% safety cannot be guaranteed. This is why it is important to have a comprehensive vulnerability assessment checklist so that you can safeguard yourself against most of the cyber threats effectively. Ideally, even after implementation of all security practices, when any ransomware attack hits, it is advised to shut down all the computers. If ransomware gets in, the only option is to restore from backups. Let's see to today's headlines in VARINDIA. ISRO welcomes private sector participation. Indian Space Research Organization Chief K. Sivan said the private sector can now be part of interplanetary missions. This follows yesterday's cabinet announcement on reforms promoting private sector participation in space. The reforms in the space sector are aimed at enabling private enterprises and startups to undertake end-to-end space activities. Opposition party needs clarity on China's aggressiveness. The leading opposition Congress party said the satellite imagery clearly showed that China is making grave and new provocations by building fresh structures in the Galwan Valley and Pangong Lake area and has asked the government to spell out its plan to deal with the situation. The party demanded a virtual session of parliament to discuss important issues, especially the border standoff with China. Shipments from China are stuck at Indian ports. Import consignments from China are learned to be facing hurdles at some ports, including Chennai and Mumbai. This delay is because of the conflict on the line of actual control, which has started to cause concern for American firms with manufacturing operations in India, as they are experiencing difficulties in accessing crucial components from their facilities in China. Customs authorities have indicated to importers that there will be delay in clearing Chinese shipments but have not cited any reasons. CII thinks India-China standoff a wake-up call for industry. CII observes that it's time for the Indian industry to introspect and look at actions that are required to be taken to become more competitive, and it is a wake-up call for the Indian companies to introspect and take actions to become more competitive globally. IBM brings notebooks for deep data analysis. IBM has launched COVID notebooks, an open source data solution designed to help overwhelmed developers, researchers and policymakers. The new COVID resource is an open source Jupyter notebook with an open source web application that allows you to create and share documents that contain live code, equations, visualizations and narrative text. RBI warns banks, NBFCs on digital transactions. There are several complaints against the lending platforms which primarily relate to exorbitant interest rates, non-transparent methods to calculate interest, harsh recovery measures, unauthorized use of personal data and bad behavior. The regulator has cautioned against many digital platforms on disclosures to their customers. SBI warns on the phishing attacks targeting customers in 5 cities. The State Bank of India has warned its customers to be extra cautious amid an imminent cyber attack. Attention, it has come to our notice that a cyber attack is going to take place in major cities in India, including Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai and Ahmedabad. SBI further warned that the cyber criminals are claiming to have 2 million individuals or citizens' email IDs and are planning to send emails with the subject free COVID-19 testing. E-commerce firms agreed to label country of origin on products on their platforms. E-commerce giants including Amazon, Flipkart and Reliance Jio have agreed to display the country of origin against the products being sold on their platform a day after the government had called for a meeting with online retailers over the issue. After Vigo video app Kwai to shut the shop in India, we make also on cue. Kwai, a short video app by Tencent-backed Kuaishou Kwai, is notorious for its sleazy content and has a borderline child porn content problem in India, has stopped marketing operations in the country. Now, Alibaba-backed VMate is also rethinking their Indian strategy as Chinese giant ByteDance popular platform TikTok races ahead to capture a large share of the domestic market. NCERT to revise curriculum for school education after 15 years. NCERT inks deals with Rotary India to improve e-content. The new National Curriculum Framework for School Education is being revised after 15 years. The subject experts will initiate this process for school education and give an interim report by December 2020, and the new curriculum is expected to be ready by March 2021. Finally, the rising geopolitical tension between India and China has angered Indian consumers and are largely expressed on social media. Xiaomi India MD Manu Kumar Jain said there is a mob mentality which Xiaomi is facing, but these protesters are mainly fringe elements who want to be seen on TV and on social media. US company import their phones from China and local Indian brands only relabel and sell in India, while Xiaomi makes all its devices in India, sourcing on average 65% of the components locally. Xiaomi is making desperate attempts to prove itself as much Indian as any other homegrown company is. Xiaomi is placing a Made in India logo to cover store branding. COVID update. The number of positive coronavirus cases is to cross the 500,000 mark by tomorrow. Today, India is at 4,91,135 with the death toll at 15,303. On Thursday, India recorded its biggest single-day increase of 16,922 cases according to data from the Union Health Ministry. Summing up, enterprises today collect massive amount of data about their products, their sales, their customers and more. That data has value for both inside and outside your organization. Whether you are sharing data between different parts of your organizations or with other parties, you need to make sure that your data is shared efficiently and securely. It is the responsibility of your company's IT and security teams to ensure that all entities have access to the data they need and that all data and communications are secure. It is the need of the hour to train employees to share more securely when it comes to data security. A company's employees are the weakest link. Workers engage in all manner of reckless behaviors, mostly inadvertently but sometimes on purpose. A survey found that 20% of the employees have opened unknown links from their work emails. It is necessary for all organizations of all sizes to recognize the task that untrained employees present to their important company data. IT and security departments should be funded sufficiently and tasked with the necessary security training for workers at all levels. Lastly, it has to be the responsibility of the IT team that any data goes from the company's email ID or the computers used by any employee must also be encrypted so that even if it is stolen, it cannot be read. That's it for the day, and do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to VARINDIA News Magazine. Please download the VARINDIA app for the latest news and updates, which is available on Google Play Store. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.